you'll be like reading a Stephen King book and you'll be in like the second chapter and you're like, so when is shit gonna get cracking? Like,
he's the guy who does the movie stuff, though. I thought.
Yeah, like It.
Yeah.
Carrie.
He writes books too.
Wait, are you serious?
I thought he was like the director guy.
Right. I got a podcast. I to the no. Hey guys, it's me, Spencewuah, coming in with a quick message for all my bold and adventurous girlies out there. So, spring has sprung. It's warmer out, I've been starting to wear summer clothes, and honestly, I've been contemplating switching up my hair too. If you're also looking to mix things up and make some moves, why not start with Revlon ColorSilk Digitones? They come in 5 vivid shades that are all formulated with keratin and actually leave hair better than before. That's right. HD color with no drip and no mess. Plus, their ammonia-free formula leaves your hair with an intense shine that is truly salon level. Right now, I'm kinda contemplating the sunset peach, but we'll see. My mood changes pretty often. Also, pro tip, it works best on bleached or blonde hair. So, pre-lighten with Revlon Color Effects Platinum for the most vibrant results. Click the link in the description below to shop now and make your move. Now, on to the show. Guess who's back in California? Did you guess? It's me. Hi, everyone. It's me, Spencewuah. Welcome back to I'm Literally Screaming. Oh my gosh, look, everyone in the stands. Nikki, cover your eyes. They're taking off their clothes. No, we don't want to see that, guys. Or maybe we do. Everyone, today, again, I'm back in California, finally from being in New Jersey. This is my first guest since being back, Mr. Nicky.
Hey everyone! You know what's so crazy? I didn't even know that was starting. That was so fun.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You just thought I was just doing it for fun?
I thought I was looking over there. I was like, I think you're talking to somebody, and then.
Oh no! Well, I mean, like I have talked to walls before, but like I was like doing a little intro.
I love it. It was like a super fun intro. Super into it. Love
Thank you. How's your week been? You were telling me before we started. Nikki was telling me, yeah, you've been on a bender.
Big bender.
What's that been like for you?
It hasn't been great. I've been in my big like anxiety era recently.
Where like you get, is that when like you have like a hangover and you have anxiety and then to
you
like
think about all the things that you did last night.
Yeah, and then to like make it go away, you drink more.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Thus the bender.
Yeah, well, how many benders do you typically have a year?
Like the one this weekend, never.
Oh.
This one was bad. But again, it's birthday weekend, so I feel
yeah,
like
it's like, okay.
Totally fine. Like it's kind of
So
cool.
it's like an annual thing or like you've just...
It's a once a year. It's either on birthday or Halloween.
Sorry, like this is sick and twisted. It's Nikki's birthday!
Oh yeah,
Woo!
Have fun.
Yeah, this weirdo came in here and like didn't tell any of us it was his birthday at all.
I know. I didn't have many thoughts in my head in general. Because I came walking like fresh out of a hangover, so I kind of just like.
Even if I were like freshly hungover, well, like I love attention, so I would walk in here and I'd be like, "It's my birthday."
It was funny when my manager texted me about this. She said, "What are you doing on April 3rd? Like, do you have plans?" And I was like, "It's my birthday."
What are you doing tonight for your birthday?
Probably keep the bender going, I guess.
Can I join?
Do you
Okay,
go out
actually, yeah, I do, and
I'm
I have
down.
an issue with you. I actually have talked to Nikki before on the phone.
We have.
And I have asked to hang out and drink with Nikki, and it never happened. So we'll see if it actually happens
That's the
tonight.
craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you ghosted after. This is like a little bit of like drama.
No.
What? So how did it happen? Because I remember we talked that night and we were supposed to go out, and then you didn't want to go out.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
So maybe I am the problem.
And then you like went back to Jersey. That was like crazy.
Okay, yeah, I'm the problem. We get it, but I'm gonna blame you because like I'm never wrong.
True, fair enough. I'm down to go out tonight though.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Where do you usually go?
Well, oh my gosh, wait, is today Monday?
Mm-hmm. The best, arguably one of the best days of the week
Blue
to go
Mondays.
out. On a Monday. What the hell is that?
Okay, so I didn't know what Blue Mondays was, and then
I've
my
never
friend
heard of
Tara
this.
told me about it, and then my other friend John told me about it, and I was like, okay, so like apparently like a lot of people know about it and I don't. I have to see what it is. Basically, you go in and it's like it's 18 plus, but if you're 21, you get a wristband.
I gotta be honest, I hate that already.
That's okay because what I'm about to
that.
tell you is going to cancel it all out.
Okay.
You go in and it's like an outdoor patio and they play like all like 2000s hits. So the last time I was there, they were playing like a whole bunch of like Katy Perry and like old Taylor Swift. Oh, and who are the people that they're like 3HO3?
The ones who did the what's it called? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, like my first. They're playing like them.
One good song.
And then inside, so this is just the patio.
Where is this, by the way?
It's in Hollywood.
Okay, I don't usually ever go out in Hollywood.
That's okay.
I'm kind of in like a WEHO era.
Oh, whoa. Every time I've gone, I've gotten robbed. Well, not
In
every
WEHO?
time.
Where do you go?
Huh?
Where do you go?
Everywhere.
I have my one thing. I will not go to the Abbey. The rest of them I love.
Why not the Abbey?
Don't like the Abbey. You like the Abbey?
It depends. I mean, like every time I go, they think my ID is fake.
That's what I'm saying. They're in like their crazy era. They
They
do,
like
weird shit
they
there.
literally will take my ID. The last time I was there, my ID is real, but I guess I get it because like I just turned 21. Well, not just turned, but like half a year ago I turned 21.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand them being like, oh, is this real? And the last time I was there, all my friends got in no problem. And then the guy started bending my ID and I was like, bitch, if you snap that in half.
If you're gonna get a fake ID, why would you be 21 though? I feel like you'd be like 23.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Like, wouldn't I like want to be older than 21?
I would think so.
And then they got like the light and they started shining a flashlight on it to like see the stuff. And I was like, that's a real ID. Please just let me in.
That's the weirdest thing. Yeah, their vibes are off. I don't love them.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I was there, I went with Leo. I had him on my podcast.
Oh, that's right.
I went there with him. I mean, like it's fun, but
I
like
saw you guys were because you were with Fanita that night. And you were with Fanita's manager, who's my friend Asia. I saw you guys all together, and I was like, she's the best.
Yeah, no, she gets delusional with me, and I love it. Like, a guy will stare at me for 5 seconds, and I'm like, Asia, I think he's in love with me. And she was like, hell yeah, he is.
Asia is my favorite person ever. I actually met her 5 years ago.
No way.
Before I started doing social media, before
How?
she was a manager. You know, crazy story about Asia. I forgot about this. She was the first person to ever recognize me because I want to say this was 4 years ago. It had to be. I posted something on Instagram that was reposted. You know Len and Stella?
No.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But she posted something. Asia came up to me at the bar and was like, I saw you on Len and Stella's story. And I was like, that's crazy. Do you want to kiss? Like, are we in love with each other?
I love that for
Crazy,
her
right?
and you.
And then we didn't talk for 4 years.
And did you kiss?
We did.
So I kissed Asia the first time I met her, but now let me put you in your place, sir. Blue Mondays is phenomenal. You go in. Oh, I don't care.
I don't believe that it is.
Okay, so you go in. I already told you there's the patio. And if you're thrown off by 2000s, 2010 pop hits, I don't think you're fun to go out with.
Love the pop hits. I'm thrown off by the teenagers that are going to be there.
Okay, but you go in to like the actual place. Not only do they have a photo booth, but they have like a lounging area. You walk up these spiral staircases.
I do love a photo booth.
Yeah, and then you go up these like spiral staircases and there's like a lounging area where you can just like sit and chill. But they play 80s music inside, and like every Blue Monday there's like a theme. So when I went, it was like grunge 80s because like Wednesday was like popping off.
Yeah.
So they were doing like grunge 80s music, and like you go in and they have this like big bar, and it's literally like I was teleported into another world. It was so much fun.
I think I've heard of these. This actually does sound familiar.
It is so much fun, and you should go.
I love the convincing part of it when you said they have a patio, they have a place to sit. Like that sounds like a very kind of like an average bar.
Oh,
like it's giving like it's pretty typical.
It's not average. It's amazing. And
love it.
And I think it's so sweet and nice and pretty. And then like people smoke outside and it's like,
love that.
And half the time it's like if you're drunk and they're drunk, they're like, hey, you want a cigarette? And you're like, OMG, yes, I've been craving one.
Oh my God, like I wasn't even going to ask.
Like I wasn't even going to ask, but like, yeah, I have been staring at you for the past 10 minutes hoping you would offer. So it's like, yeah, no, we'll take one. So sorry, guys. I'm like everywhere. I got my Adderall finally. That's why I feel so.
That's what the story we walked in on was, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to like pick up the pieces. That was the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, it was going by really fast. Do you want me to explain the entire story?
I would love to hear the story.
Okay, so I flew back home to New Jersey. I was visiting family. I haven't been home in like a year. So I was like, hey guys, let's party. So I go back. I see my family, right? And when I run out of my medication, I have this, it's like a prescription provider where I call them and then they send it to me in the mail. And the reason I get my Adderall sent to me in the mail is because every pharmacy I've been to, because there's the Adderall shortage, they don't have my medication. Yeah.
There's an Adderall shortage?
Yeah. So like you can't, like if I go to like a pharmacy, a regular one at least, like CVS, they'll be like, oh, you have like a 2-month backup. What? Meaning like we have a list of people before you that need to get this medication. And then you're at like the end of the list.
I don't get an Adderall shortage though. Why can't they just make more?
That's like a really good question that I don't know the answer to.
Shortages and traffic are things I'll never understand because just make more and drive your cars.
Traffic I don't understand either.
If
shortages I kind of get.
I don't though.
But
make more.
Okay, no, but yeah, make more. But at the same time, it's like after COVID hit, I feel like a lot of people, like I was diagnosed with ADHD before COVID happened. So like I was regularly getting my medication.
Love it.
But then after like COVID hit, everyone was home. And then everyone, I feel like, I'm not going to say they were like, oh, I have ADHD, but like it was very, I'm not going to lie. It's so easy to go to your like a psychiatrist and be like, I can't concentrate. And then they're like, okay.
Is it? Yeah, I'm not medicated. I want to be, but I'm not.
Really?
But I got diagnosed like super young they were like, oh, this kid like definitely has ADHD. But like my parents are big, like they were big, like no medication people.
Oh, well,
So I didn't.
Well, I've been on
never got
meds my whole life. Well, first for asthma.
Yeah.
And then after that whole asthma, then it was like Zoloft and now Adderall.
What's the Zoloft one for?
So it's anti-anxiety and anti-depression, but
Love
that's
it.
because of the Adderall. So the Adderall
Got
can
it.
give you anxiety, so the Zoloft offsets that anxiety, but I'm also on Zoloft, so like I don't, you know,
Got
like
it.
end it all. Anyways, sorry, back on track, Spence. Let's keep it going. I ended up calling the people on the phone and I was like, hey guys, look, I'm in New Jersey for another week. I only have 2 more like Adderall tablets left. Is there any way you can ship the Adderall to the New Jersey address I have on file? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, but when is it going to get here? Because I leave to go back to California on the 31st. And they're like,
it.
okay, well, you're calling it in like a week and a half early. So like it'll be there before the 31st. Don't worry. And I was like, are you sure, guys? And they're like, yeah, we're sure. A few days go by. I haven't gotten anything saying like, oh, your order has been processed. So I call back in and they were like, oh, so like your order was never placed. And I was like, okay, that's so cool because I don't have Adderall now. And I was like, so like I've been short for like a day. Like I don't have it. And they're like, okay, like we're putting it in right now. And I was like, okay, but I need it before the 31st.
At this point, are we already out of Adderall for a couple of days?
Yeah. Well, like a day or 2.
So you've been roaming unmedicated day or 2. Got
Yes. Yeah. And I'm going through withdrawals.
Got it. Love it.
So I'm talking to this lady on the phone and she's like, okay, it's going to be there no later than tomorrow. And I was like, okay, work. Like, work, girl. Like, yes, put some pep in that step. I end up seeing that my order is still being processed. I didn't get like a confirmation, anything. So I call again the next day. Another woman answers the phone and she's like, okay, we promise it'll be to you by 5 p.m. today. 5 p.m. rolls around.
Didn't happen.
It's not there. So I call back and then the next lady on the phone said, oh yeah, well the woman prior probably lied to you because like
Love it.
she was saying how like when people go through Adderall withdrawals, one of the symptoms can be like anger. And the woman didn't want me to yell at her on the phone. And I was like, well, I wasn't really angry
That
before,
is
but
crazy.
now I'm really mad because why would you lie to me about that? Then a few more days go by. My order is like finally being processed, but I was like, hey guys, I need it before the 31st. And they were like, no, don't worry. It'll be there the 29th. I finally get my like confirmation email with like the tracking stuff. So I'm tracking my medication and it says it's going to be in New Jersey on the 31st. Mind you, the one day I was like, hey guys, please don't do that. Like I can't have it be there the 31st. I won't be there. So then I end up calling
that's
again.
right. Okay.
And I'm like, hey guys, funny story. And I'm like saying the whole like spiel on the phone. Like everyone kept Yeah, so who wants to run outside for me and hold my phone up to the sky?
Crazy.
Meg, I love you. Also, Meg, whatever you do, don't open any other app. This is for you, not me.
Warned.
You could just hit post, by the way. Thanks, Meg. Love you. I'm on the phone with this lady and she's like apologizing to me on the phone. And I was like, yes, we're getting work done. She was, cause I was like, look, like I know
So
it's
we
not
like
your,
this lady.
yeah, I loved her. I was like, I know it's not your problem. Well, I did. I was like, I know it's not your problem and like this isn't like your fault, but like everyone keeps giving me different answers. I don't know what to do and like I need it shipped now to California. Is there any way you could change the address? And she was like, oh yeah, sure. She was like, I'll handle it for you. I'm so sorry. We'll get in contact with USPS and we'll have it shipped to your California address we have on file.
Love it.
So I'm like, sweet. And she's like, if you don't see the address change in the morning, call back. Morning rolls around.
boy.
Address hasn't changed. I call back in and I'm like, hey, so my address wasn't changed. And I was like, the woman on the phone said she left notes in my account. And she was like, yeah, I don't know why. The new woman said, yeah, I don't know why she told you she could change your address with USPS. She literally
So
can't.
she lied too.
Yeah. Yeah,
So we
she
have
lied.
liar lady number 1 and
Liar lady
number
number
2.
two. And I'm
Crazy.
like, this is sick and twisted. And I was like, so how do I get my address changed? And she was like, oh, well, the last day you could have had it changed was yesterday.
What?
So she was like, if you want to see something happen, you're going to have to call USPS. And I was like, okay. So I call USPS. I'm on the phone and I was like, hey, so can you like change my address? I was on the phone for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I got transferred, I think like 3 times because no one knew like what the problem was. And I was like trying to explain it. And they're like, oh, okay. So if I finally get transferred to someone and I was like, hello, like, can I please get a package intercepted, yada, yada. And then the guy on the phone just hung up. So I was like,
Love it.
Great. And then finally I called USPS and they're like, yeah, we can't do any. I called them again. And then one of the guys was like, we can't do anything about this. Like, you're going to have to reship it when it gets to New Jersey.
Crazy.
Got it reshipped. And now I have it. crazy cuckoo box.
That is the most insane thing ever.
Yeah.
So how long were you unmedicated total for?
About like a week.
That's rough.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
It's kind of like a long time.
Yeah, it was. I was going through withdrawals.
I didn't know that was a thing from Adderall.
Well,
I guess that makes sense, but
that's the thing with Adderall is like, okay, when I first started, I was only on like 5 milligrams of the short salt release. Then your body,
what?
there are two kinds of Adderall. Okay. There's extended release and then there's short term. So short term lasts like 4 to 6 hours. Long term lasts 12 hours. That's extended release. I'm on extended. So when I first started, I was on like the short term and then it stopped working because your body gets used to it.
Yeah.
But the reason why you get like depression after it's like, I don't want to say you get depression. It's like you get depressed is because when you take Adderall, it boosts, I think it's your serotonin.
Got it.
So it's like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I can do anything and I'm going to get all my work done.
And then it goes away.
And then like all of a sudden, like you don't have Adderall for a week and you're like, wow, like that building looks really nice to jump off of. Sorry.
Love it.
So that's been my like week, but I was in New Jersey. I saw friends and family. And then I came back here. I almost hit someone with my car this morning. Didn't though.
Do you love New Jersey?
It's like yes and no. I feel like all of my friends are here, if that makes sense. And I mean, like, I don't mean that in like, oh, I have no friends in New Jersey. I do. But it's like they all are either in school, so I can't really see them.
Yeah.
Or they're working all the time. And it's like the times I can see them, like I'm either also working or I'm in a meeting or I'm doing something. But like when I'm here, I mean, everyone's kind of just, a lot of my friends like work in like this industry of like influencer.
Yeah, New Jersey is definitely very different.
Yeah.
I haven't been back in years.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's been like 4 or 5 years since I've gone.
Wait, what about family?
So when I moved to LA, my family moved to Nashville.
Oh.
And so then they just moved to Pennsylvania. So then now I'm like, they're closer to New Jersey, but like they left Jersey right when I left Jersey. So we all I left, and then I think 2 weeks later they moved.
How do you feel about New Jersey?
It's like very it's fun. It's giving, there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't love New Jersey.
Have you ever been to Feathers?
Feathers, New Jersey?
Yeah, it's like a gay club in New Jersey.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I went for the first time.
When did you go recently?
Well, when I was in New Jersey, yeah, because I'm finally 21.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was never in Jersey when I was over 21.
Oh, how old are you now?
27 today. Scary age. I know, I hate it.
Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's such a weird birth. Like, no one gives a shit about 27, you know?
I mean, like, it's like, let's be honest. It's like, you're 18, people care about that. 21, care about that.
Great.
And then it's like 30.
And then it's just another year closer to death.
Oh, well, that's like a really, like, that's a good spin on it, I guess. Maybe you should get medicated.
Maybe we'll give it a try.
Like, have you, like, ever thought about it?
I have. Like, I
Me becoming your psychiatrist?
I love not having to be on anything, if that makes sense. And I'm nervous that, like, I'll get super codependent and hearing, like, all these withdrawal things. Now I'm, like, a little
yeah,
terrified.
like, me telling you all these withdrawals are probably, like, I don't want to do it now.
I think, like, I'm good.
I don't blame you, honestly. I mean, if I could go back in time and, like, not take it... That's a lie. I would still take it.
I was going to say, I've heard great things about it.
Have you?
Apparently it like works, which is great.
I mean, yeah, it works until like it's gone. And then you're like, oh my gosh, again, like, wow, that looks like a really pretty roof to jump off of. Like,
I've always wondered if it would work really well because I have had horrible GPAs in school, awful at working, can't focus on shit. So I'm sure it would be helpful, but I've gotten so used to like this life that I'm living, you know?
Didn't you do gymnastics too? I remember you told me that.
That was my job for 8 years. I was a gymnastics coach.
Really? Can you still do gymnastics stuff? Because I know like after time, like you're not as flexible, but can you like still do a split?
I'm sure I could still do a back tuck. That's probably about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you like gymnastics?
So I like...
How long did you do gymnastics? Like this is so like, I'm just derailed.
So I played lacrosse. I did.
Sorry.
I did gymnastics as like a for fun hobby type of thing, but never
Parkour.
like...
Sorry.
Yeah, kind of like a parkour era type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I lied to get a job as a gymnastics coach. I just said like I was like a competitive gymnast, which is not true. Got that job, and then I just started doing that for like 8 years because I couldn't find another job.
So you lied and got a job? I love that.
You got to do it.
That kind of reminds me of, what's her name? She was in That 70s Show.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
like,
right.
she was like,
said
yeah,
she was older, right?
Yeah, she was like, I'm turning 18, and then she said on her like birthday, but she didn't tell them which one. I think
read
she
a
was like
thing-
15 on the show.
She was young. She was super, super
Yeah, she was
young.
like, I turn 18 on my birthday. And they're like, okay, yeah, she turns 18 on her birthday in 3 years.
And
You
look
didn't
at her
ask.
now, super successful. Lying on your resume works.
I mean, I've never done that.
Do you have a resume? I guess you don't really need one, huh?
I mean, like, Starbucks would be my resume.
That's right. I forgot you got your whole start from Starbucks, yeah?
Well,
I
let's
forgot
not
about
think-
that era. That was a crazy
I didn't
era.
get my start from Starbucks. I got my start from me, but Starbucks was a big part of
Her.
it. And oh my God, I went to go visit my old Starbucks that I used to go to.
How was that? Have
Wild.
you ever worked with Starbucks?
Huh?
Have you ever worked with Starbucks like
Hell
afterwards?
no, I don't think they'd ever want to reach out to me.
I was wondering.
I think
though.
I've been blacklisted.
You think?
Well, I know because I told my manager like back in like a year ago when they said TikTok was going to get deleted for like a 20th time.
Yep.
I was like, hey, and I was like texting my old manager and I was like, do you think there'd ever be a chance of me working at Starbucks again? And she was like, no. So like actually there's a list and you're on it and I can't
Shut
really
up.
say
This
much
is
more.
real?
Yeah. And if I go to another, because they have your social security for taxes, if I go to another Starbucks and give them my social security, they'll pull up my old partner numbers because I used to work there and they'll be like,
Yeah.
ooh, so funny story, you can't work here.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, me too. That
That's
is
nuts.
wild.
I would think they'd be happy. It was good. You gave them good promotions. You know?
I did. I mean, like, and my district manager was like really old and just like didn't get it. And
I
he
get
was just
that.
like, no, I mean, like, you either like kissed his ass and then he was nice to you, but I'm not a kiss ass. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, I love
Yeah.
everything you do. You don't help us, sir.
Were you
like,
would you say you were a good employee?
yeah, I got like partner of the quarter.
I think baristas like hard. You had to like make all the drinks, right?
Yeah.
That's hard stuff. I can't do that.
Well, I used to do like POS, which was like, I
No
think I
idea what
talked
that
about this
is.
before. It's like the payment machine.
POS.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Love it.
I don't know what I don't know what they call the thing anymore, but like I used to be on the machiney thing and then I started like doing well on TikTok, like so I couldn't take orders anymore because people would like stop at the window to take photos with me and I loved it, but my manager was like, so
Not about it.
there's actually a line around the building now, so we can't have you here. So then they started putting me on bar. And I just find it crazy that if you ordered 2 drinks, you were paying more than I was getting paid within the hour.
I read something about that recently.
That
That's
is
nuts.
insane.
I know it is.
And I was
crazy.
making like 100 drinks in like an hour. Like
It's a
you can
lot.
see how many you make. Like our rushes, I was making like 100 drinks. And mind you, I'm not just making 100 drinks. It'd be like maybe you would see like 100 orders, but it doesn't tell you how many drinks they ordered.
Right.
So that means like out of those 100 people, yeah, maybe like 10 ordered 1 drink, but the rest are like, oh, I want 6 frappuccinos or I want like 3 ice drinks too hot. And it's like, you expect me to, and then they don't like send help.
I know.
Like,
I couldn't do that. I worked in a bar and I think it was like a bar back. So I wasn't like making a ton of drinks, but the service industry in general, I can't do it. I'm also super stupid and like with money stuff. I
Really?
used to, oh my God, I up so bad at every job I've had because people give me like $20 for this drink and I give them like $40 back
oh, well,
because I couldn't do the math and I just panicked and I was like, at least they'll leave happy, you know?
oh, well, when I used to panic, I would just, well, I've talked about this before, but I would eat almond croissants so I could have an allergic reaction and go home.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm so serious.
I've
like
never
my
heard
first
this.
year at Starbucks, like I hated talk. If a customer was, well, the first Starbucks I worked at was in like a really wealthy neighborhood. And actually, I'm not going to say which housewife it was in New Jersey, but my first day working at Starbucks, this bitch tried to get me fired. She was a housewife of New Jersey.
Wait, who was it?
Her name was
I've never heard
and
of
that's
her.
too. And basically I made her this, it was a venti berry hibiscus and I forgot to put the damn berries in. And then
Okay.
she was like, where are my berries? Where are my berries? And I
kinda-
was like,
I kind
oh,
of see her point though.
okay, shut up. Like you worked in customer service. Like you should
That's
be
true.
better about this.
That's true.
You should have empathy for me. So mind you, it's my first day on the floor. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm so sorry, ma'am. So I was like, I take the drink back. I just take off the cap to put it back in the shaker because why am I gonna make your drink from scratch when I just need to add berries?
Yeah, just pop
And she
berries
was
in
like, no, you need to make it again. So I
That's
was
crazy.
like, okay, but like you do know that now I'm wasting stuff because I could just like pour it in here and shake it up a bit. And she was like, no, you're going to remake it. And then as I'm
Damn.
remaking it, she called my manager on the floor and she called me incompetent.
That's crazy.
And then you want to know what's even crazier? As I got better and I was like always on bar, like everyone just, it's hard not to love me. But like they all just like, I was just really good at making drinks. Like I remember like
Yeah.
people would come in and I'd be on my break and on a break. I'm not getting paid right now. I'd be on my half-hour break where I have to clock out and they'd be like, is Spencer here? We want him to make our drinks. And
That's
this
impressive.
woman became one of them.
She was a regular.
Yeah, she was a regular.
So she started liking you.
Oh, yeah,
No?
because I made her drinks the best.
Huh.
And if you can bleep this out too. Hey, if you think I forgot, I didn't, bitch. Try to get me fired on my first. I was 16, you weird ass.
How long did you work there?
Until I was 19, so 3 years.
That's a long time. Was that your only job before this?
Mm-hmm. You want to know something crazy? You know how I told you I got partner of the quarter?
Yes.
You want to know why I got partner of the quarter?
Oh boy.
Well, I was tied with someone else, like for partner of the, because you write down a name you think is gonna like be partner of the quarter, and you just place it in a bucket, and then like your manager reads over all the names, and my manager was like, hey, so like you're tied with someone, and I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, for partner of the quarter, and she was like, but did you put in your vote yet? And I said, no. And I sure as hell voted for myself.
That was the
and
winning
I
vote.
sure as hell got partner of the quarter.
Hell yeah.
Because I thought I deserved it. And I was like, if anyone's getting partner of the quarter this quarter, it's me.
Did you guys get like a prize for that?
Like you were supposed to get breakfast with the district manager, but this was during peak COVID. So like we
Got it.
didn't really have breakfast with him.
The prize is breakfast with the manager.
The district manager.
Is that like a fun thing? I feel like I wouldn't really want to do that.
Like our district manager was an asshole. What can
Yeah.
I say? So as you were saying, you lied on your resumes, right?
I did.
And you worked in a bar.
I did.
You weren't a bartender though.
No, I worked at a tilted kilt. Do you know what that is? Mm-mm. It's like an Irish Hooters kind of a vibe.
Well,
to
that's what
thing.
it sounds like because I heard like
Yeah,
kilt,
I
and
had
I
to wear
was
a
like,
kilt to
Scott.
work. It was not a good era for me.
Wait, so like you wore a kilt to work?
I did wear a kilt.
Did
to
you wear
work.
underwear under it? Because I know a lot of people like it. Like it's like custom to not wear underwear
Yeah, I'm
under your
pretty sure
kilt.
we weren't like an authentic Irish bar.
Okay,
You never been to a tilted kilt?
No.
They're the craziest place.
Where are
Ours
they?
was only open for like 4 months and then we got closed down.
See, that's what surprises me because you make cocktails on TikTok, but you
Mm-hmm.
weren't a bartender.
Nope.
So how did you get into that?
So I dropped out of college my sophomore year. Did you do that too?
Well, I didn't drop out. I just like put my degree on hold.
Love it. It's still on hold for now.
Oh yeah, it's been on hold for like a year. So
Got it. So I dropped out, moved to New Jersey, and I told my parents I was going to move to LA. And they
Okay.
were like, how are you going to move to LA? You have no money. So I went to bartending school, got my bartender's license, which is a stupid waste of money. I don't think anybody else has that.
a bartender's license?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's not a waste of money. I feel like you should get one if you want to be a bartender, right?
Truth. So I did that, went to work in a bar, but they only hired me as a bar back. And then I quit and I went back to college. Yada, yada, was never an actual bartender.
So how did you get into like making drinks on TikTok? Was that just kind of like, hey, I know how to make them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same way that everybody gets into like their niche. Like I just posted a video of me. You know what? It wasn't even bartending. I think the first video that ever did well was just like me doing a shot of tequila. So I was like, we'll just stay in the
I
realm.
know the video you're talking about because you made
Do
like
you?
a really weird face because it was like, it went down
Probably.
weird.
Probably. That could have been it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was so long ago at this point, but yeah.
I think I've only ever made one video where I took a shot and it was during Halloween. And I said, this is my impression of, because I was dressed up as Hermione from Harry Potter.
I remember that.
I said, this is my impression of Hermione Granger taking a shot of tequila.
I love it.
And
That was
I
a
said,
good video.
Avada Kedavra. And I took a shot. Would you rather take like a raw shot, like right down the hatch, or like do you take a chaser?
I still can't do shots. Like even with chaser, it doesn't work for me. I have like a swallowing problem. Whenever I put a shot in my mouth, it just like sits for like an hour.
You said you have a what problem?
Got it? Cool.
No.
A bit of a swallowing issue. It's like
I
kind of like I'm
don't.
not in my swallow era.
I've never had one.
Slay. But like, do you know what I mean? I'll put the shot in my mouth and then I can't swallow it.
Why?
I have no idea. It's a mental thing. It's like a mentee bee. It sits there for like 20 minutes.
That's really, I can't. No, I'd rather take it just like a shot.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Really?
It doesn't work for me. And I've been training. I've been drinking for a very long time, working up to this, and I still can't do it.
So like, you do take shots though, right?
Quite often.
You know what you should do? Take a shot, let it sit, chug a drink with the shot in your mouth, and then you just made a mixed drink in your mouth, and then you swallow.
I have tried a lot of things,
Have you tried that?
and I have tried that before.
Did it work?
It did. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. Are you a chaser guy?
I'm more like lime, especially if it's like tequila. Like I don't really. I could take a shot, just like straight throw it back and go.
I hate that. That's really scary.
Really?
I can't do that ever. I'm a mixed drink guy.
Have you ever done that?
What? Just like
Take a
straight
shot
up?
back and then go? See, like I feel like it just takes a certain, como se dice, bad bitch to do something like
Love it.
that. And I feel like because I have that in my veins, I'm just like really equipped to just throw a shot back and go.
It's very impressive.
Throw a shot back, throw my ass back, and just
Love
have
it.
a great night.
West Hollywood era.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Speaking of West Hollywood, you said
Yeah.
you don't like the Abbey.
I don't.
The last time I went to I told you about the last time I went to the Abbey, and then wow, we're going all the way back to the beginning. You asked me where I go. And
When was this? Last time we
WeHo.
talked? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I think I wouldn't have been in my Abbey era back then, though.
Really?
Yeah, I used to go there all the time, and then I've heard some like scary stories about that place.
Yeah, I used to go to Rocco's.
That's where I
Stopped
go.
going there.
You don't like Rocco's?
That's literally where I've gotten pickpocketed every time.
I've heard this as well. People say that people get robbed there. Never happened to me.
Okay, good for you. Some
Love
of
it.
us aren't that
Maybe
fortunate.
maybe I don't look robbable.
No, you
Like
definitely
I don't
do.
have anything people would want.
I would rob you.
Cool.
Well, like I mean, like, hey, if I could, I
If
would.
you're into robbing people, I'd be a good rob type.
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
I
like I don't want
appreciate
you to
that.
feel left out because
Yeah,
I've gotten
I'll take
robbed a
that.
few times.
I will take
And I don't
that.
want you to feel like, oh my gosh, like Spencer's been
Have
robbed
you
like
a
so many
few
times.
times?
Yeah, my phone especially. I had when I actually was in LA looking for my apartment, I had my wallet stolen,
Yikes.
and I had got like detained by. It was like a really like it's like
I got robbed for the first time recently.
really.
Yeah.
How
they
was
took-
that?
It was
Sorry.
insane. It was actually when I used to work. This was probably a year ago when I worked in the gym. Somebody walked into the gym, went into the break room, and stole all of our bags. Never figured out who it was, but they took like my wallet, my car keys. Yeah. super
That's
cool.
I would actually like I don't know like I mean like I've never lost everything at once.
It was all at once.
That's terrible.
So we all got off of work and we were like, we all got robbed.
So I would actually hunt them down.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that, but I didn't even do that when I had my wallet or phone stolen.
Yeah. They like took all of our credit because we all said we were getting notifications at the same time. They spent like $800 at a Target.
That's what they did to me when they stole my wallet. At least they like went to I think they went to a Shake Shack. Like I was so confused. I was like, bitch, if you're gonna rob me, like if I would never rob someone, but if I were to rob someone and I had their credit card, bitch, see me at Louis Vuitton, see me
Yeah.
at Prada, see
Well,
me
you know
like
what
at
they
like
do.
high-end fashion places, like buying clothes, buying back. Bitch, you're gonna go to 7-Eleven with my wallet.
Well, you know what they do? They go in and they buy gift cards.
Well, they need to get
think
their
that's the
priorities
thing.
straight because that's sick and twisted. And he wasn't
crazy.
even buying gift cards because I could see in my thing, it
Mm-hmm.
said he was trying to buy, what was it? At Shake Shack, this person was trying to buy a burger and a shake
Okay.
with my card.
Maybe he was just really hungry.
Yeah, well, he couldn't get it because I literally said, not me, not me, not me.
Yeah. That's crazy. When
Mm-hmm.
did this happen? This was recently?
This was actually when I was here in November of 2020, right before I moved, or 2021.
What year did you move out here?
I actually moved 2021, but like literally a week before 2022 was like
Yeah.
here. I moved in December of 2021, and then like that week I was like on a bender when I moved here because I was like, "Woo, Christmas!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how
Woo,
could you
New
not be?
Year's!"
That's
And
also
then-
fresh to LA.
Yeah, and then like at the same time, like I was on a bender.
Love it. Your what'd you call it? Your
My Christmas a week.
Christmas weeka.
Yep, that's what it is. I made it up, and it's a real thing. And if you don't think it's a real thing, you're wrong. Because if I say it's real, it's real. Kind of like Santa Claus. He's real.
I'll take it. I got my first fist fight over Santa Claus.
Really?
Second grade, this guy told me that Santa Claus wasn't real, and I tried to fight him. I was a late
I got
bloomer.
in my
believed in
first
him
fight
for a
in the
while.
second grade.
Did you really? Did
Yeah.
you win?
Yeah, I won.
Wasn't over Santa Claus?
No.
What was yours on?
Some kid tried to like cut me in line when we were playing kickball during recess. And I was like, hey, like I'm up next. And he was like, no, you're not. You suck. And I was like, no, you suck. Get out of my way. I'm going next. And then like I tried to go for the ball and then he pushed me and I was like, bitch. So I pushed him back. And then I was like bigger. Like I had, those kids that have like growth spurts.
Yes.
I had a growth spurt early on. So I was like bigger than all the kids in my class. And he ended up like grabbing onto my arm. But he was like really thin and tiny. So I quite literally picked him up with my whole arm and
Oh,
then
yeah.
tossed him.
It's kind of badass.
And then he like chased after me, kicked me in the shin, and then kept trying to chase after. I was like, why are you kicking my shin and scratching my face? Like, let me punch you, bitch. So then I started chasing after him, and then like the aftercare lady the like recess lady was like, guys, stop it. And then we got sent to the principal's office, and I went to Catholic school.
You went to Catholic school?
So then my teacher made me apologize to him, and he had to apologize. He wouldn't apologize, but I was like, I actually looked at him, and this is the most badass thing I've ever said. I apologized, and he said, I'm not apologizing to you. And I said, good, because God knows I'm not wrong.
Oh, yeah. God knows. And you said that in Catholic school.
Yeah, I said that in Catholic school. And then my teacher literally looked at me. She was like, okay.
What can you do, you know?
Wait, I'm feeling something weird happening to me right now. I sense a game. So me and Nikki are going to play a game called This or That. So essentially how this game works, it's called This or That. We pull a little strip of paper out of this blue cup, right? We open it up and it'll be one thing or another thing. And then we decide which thing we would choose. And then we debate over whether or not if we agree or not.
We just gotta pick this or that.
That's actually like a really good way of putting it.
Okay, love it.
So I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Because it's my podcast. Roommates or living alone?
Oh my God.
Living alone.
Alone. I feel like that's the easiest one ever.
I would never. I mean, like, I can't.
I've had some horrible roommate experiences too. Really, really, really bad, especially in LA.
Really?
My first roommate here, we met on Craigslist. And she didn't tell me.
So, like, Craigslist is where you want to, like, if you're looking, I'm sorry, like, if you use Craigslist, good for you. I'm glad you're using Craigslist, but I would never look for a roommate on there. I feel like I would get murdered.
It was that she listed her room, $870, Beverly Hills, shared room. She didn't tell her other roommate that she was getting me to move in. And so the first day that I get there, I moved in. The other girl's like, who the hell are you? And I was like, I'm your roomie. Like, welcome. It was crazy.
She's like, who the hell are you? Hey, girl, I'm your bunkmate.
It was nuts. And then I think she, like, I don't even know what happened to her, but she, like, fled the city. She went nuts.
Oh,
yeah.
That's wild. Did they up your rent?
No, I mean, so I got another person to share that bedroom. So my whole first year, $870.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
So, like, did you all, it was like the bedroom was that much, but you all, like, shared the living room and stuff like that?
Well, you know what's crazy? It was like our roommate had a bedroom. We shared our bedroom. And then I just slept on the couch every night. But it was horrible. It was crazy.
Did you have a bed in your bedroom that you could have slept in?
I did have a bed in the bedroom, but the roommate was so crazy that I never wanted to sleep in there.
Well, yeah, I'd feel like she'd smother me with a pillow.
Yeah, I like can't even get into it. She was nuts.
That's crazy.
Hey, boo, if you're out there.
I've never had a roommate.
You don't want one, trust me.
Well, I grew up as an only child and I had a room to myself my entire life. And it was just like,
Yeah.
if I get an apartment, I'm going to want the entire space to myself.
Yeah, roommates are not the vibe.
I'm like very like, things are done in a certain way. And if they're not done that way, like if I walk into the kitchen and I see dishes in the sink, I'm going to beat you up.
I love that.
But if I leave the dishes in the sink, that's fine because I have a way of going about the things.
100%. I'm the same way.
Thank you.
I've been only living alone for like a year now.
And you love it?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Life-changing.
This is a really funny one.
Okay.
This is book smart or street smart, but I'm neither.
I'm definitely more book smart.
Am I making this up? Didn't you have like a crazy GPA? It
Yeah.
was like a 4 point something, right?
4.2.
That's insane. I didn't even know they went that high.
I went to school with 811 students and I graduated top 3% of my class.
I was like kind of the opposite vibe. I think I had a 2.7.
That's not bad.
It's not horrible.
No.
It got worse in college, but 2.7 is where we
like-
started from.
Well, when I was in college, I had to keep my GPA no lower than a 3.9 because I was there on a scholarship. So if my GPA dropped, like when I was in school, it was like study. But I was supposed to go to Marymount in the Upper East Side of Manhattan.
Ooh.
Because I was going to go there for a BFA in acting. And I got in for a BFA and I was like, woohoo.
Hell yeah.
And then I got the scholarship and I was like, I can go to school for free. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was like, sorry.
That's crazy.
And I ended up not, but I even went to like the freshman, what was it? Orientation.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Like I went to like all of it. Like I was ready to go.
That's a good school too.
Yeah. And then I decided not to go.
Good for you.
And if I did go, I wouldn't be here now.
I was going to say, and you know what? I really don't know many people who use their degrees these days. My degree is a joke. I have a degree in communications, which is just like,
Oh, that's what I would go to school for.
yeah, I think that's kind of like the go-to, like, I'm not passionate about anything and I'm not that bright because it's like a super easy degree and you can't do shit with it.
Yeah.
So it has not helped me much.
But I would say you're street smart.
Debatable.
I mean, like probably more street smart than me. Like this is what my mom says. I'm book smart, but I lack common sense.
Got it.
I feel like I have more common sense than like the average Joe. Sorry, Joe. But Joe's behind it. Yeah, sorry. Joe works here. Hey. But like, I don't know. I read a lot and I play a lot of like.
Do you read like for fun?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm reading a book right now. I'm almost done with it too.
Fun fact, I've never read a book before.
Not even for school.
Never used to do it.
Are you serious?
It's on my bucket list is to read a book. Just 'cause I think that'd be like super cool, you know? So I started one, have yet to finish.
When did you start?
I don't remember what it's called. It's not that interesting.
Oh, I said when.
This has been on my list for a while now. I just kind of started like dipping my toes back into the whole book thing, but it is on my list of things that I want to get done. So this is like this year I'm going back into it.
Yeah. I'm reading a book right now, and it's called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Okay.
And it's really good. I've been zooming through that book.
The book thing is not something I've ever understood.
See, here's the thing, right? It took me a while to get this, like in my brain at least, when it came to reading.
Mm-hmm.
You will find authors you like, and then other ones you're like, holy shit, like, please shut the hell up. Like, I'm throwing this book out the window.
Yeah.
Like Stephen King, when you first start, like his books, a lot of the times, like they start off really slow.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you'll be like reading a Stephen King book and you'll be in like the second chapter and you're like, so when is shit gonna get cracking? Like,
he's the guy who does the movie stuff though, I thought.
Yeah, like
no?
It.
Yeah.
Carrie.
He writes books too?
Wait, are you serious?
I thought he's like the director guy.
Wait.
He's the one. Am I crazy? There's a movie about tall grass that I thought was like a Stephen King thing.
Yeah, so Stephen King wrote the books before they became movies.
Got it.
And then he directed. Wait, you don't know?
I feel crazy right now. Is this like common knowledge?
I mean, like maybe not. I don't know. Like my mom was like a huge Stephen King fan. Did everyone else know that Stephen King's like a writer?
Is this a thing?
Okay, so like everybody knows.
Well, now I feel like a stupid piece of shit. That was like.
I mean, like, have you not heard of like It, like the big ass book?
Like It, the movie. Yes, I didn't know it was a book. Is that common knowledge? Because now I feel
yes,
like
it is. Stephen
really
King
stupid.
is like a world-renowned author.
That is crazy. Good for him.
But the way that I'm just gonna like zoom on past that.
Yeah,
You said good for him. You're like, wow, good for him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, he's a really good writer.
Yeah.
And like you'll start with like, okay, so he had this book and it was called The Institution.
Okay.
That was the first book I ever had read that he had written. And I was like reading it and I got through like the first 5 chapters and I was like, damn, this shit is boring. Like, why do people like this man?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, like, it just like smacks you in the face like a box of rocks and you're just hooked.
Like a box of rocks. I don't think that would ever happen to me. I don't think I could get hooked on a book.
I mean, you haven't found it yet. That's what I like to tell people.
Everybody says that you just have to find the right book. I don't think there's one out there.
Have you ever been hooked on a TV show?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Yeah. That's very different though, because I like picture stuff. Like you could see, the second I started that, I realized it's going to make me sound really stupid, so I'm going to nix it there.
Okay.
But yes, I have gotten hooked on
But it's
many
like, here's
TV
the thing.
shows.
If you really try and you read, you can picture it in your head.
That's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
So, guys, now we're going to do a speed round. And I'm going to go first and then just get your cards ready.
Okay, love it.
Ketchup or ranch? Ketchup.
Ranch. Sorry, I wasn't ready. I already f***ed up. The speed round's starting now. Planning ahead or winging it?
Planning ahead.
Winging.
Okay.
Wow, we have nothing in common. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no. See the future or change the past? See the future. Because if
That
I saw
one-
the future, I wouldn't have to change the past.
That one overwhelms me, and I have no idea. Too hot or too cold?
I'd rather it be too
Cold.
Too cold.
Cold. Good answer.
Yeah, okay. Bad breath or body odor? Bad breath, because I will pop a mint in.
The speed round might have to come into a pause. Bad breath or body odor? Is this on us?
Yeah.
I would rather have neither if that's totally cool.
Okay, well, that's not, you have to pick one.
I'm going to go bad breath because you can chew gum.
That's what yep, there we go. See, we do have some stuff in common.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Save 100 strangers or one loved one.
Sorry, strangers. I don't know you.
I was going to say sorry, y'all.
LOL, like you guys like don't know you that well. Sorry. Bad haircut or bad dye job?
But it's a dye job.
When you get your hair dyed?
Oh, got it.
Well, you'll never have a bad dye job if you choose Revlon. ColorSilk Digitones.
That was great.
I would rather have probably like a bad
dye job.
Dye job. Well, no, because sometimes it like messes your hair really bad. Like if you bleach it too much.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's no recovering from it. I'd rather have a bad haircut because I can shave off my hair and it'll grow back. But like if I damage my hair, I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's actually a good call. I changed my answer. Ooh, beer and wine or mixed drink?
Beer and wine.
I'm a wine guy.
I'm a wine guy too, not beer. Beer scares me. That beer tastes like, I feel like if jet fuel had a flavor, it would be beer.
Yeah.
Win the lottery or meet your soulmate?
Win the lottery. What the f***? That one was crazy.
Yeah, sorry soulmate. I'll find you on my own. I'd rather just win that lottery ticket.
Store-bought gift or homemade gift?
Homemade.
Oh, cool. For sure.
Well, if someone makes it for me, like I'd rather buy someone a store-bought gift because I don't think I have like. Actually,
Yeah.
I do. One time for my friend's birthday, I made her a gift, and it was actually the most clever thing I'd ever made. So we ended up going to Santa Monica, and we had like a parking pass for like the parking stuff. And my friend Emmy was like, oh my gosh, I love this night. Cause we all just like sat around outside on the beach with the stars and the moon out. And it was like a big group of all of us. And like one of our friends was playing guitar and we were all just sitting and talking.
cute.
So I framed the parking ticket and I gave it to her so she could
That's
remember
really cute.
it for like ever.
So then here's my question.
Yeah.
Would you rather receive something like that or like a generous cash donation or something? You know what I mean?
It depends on who it's from.
Got it.
Like if it's from like a friend, I don't give a shit. Like if there's like a meaning behind it, so be it.
Yeah.
But
I'm
like
not like a very sentimental gift person.
that sucks.
Yeah. I
I
did
had
do
high
a
hopes
similar
for
thing.
you.
You know what I did do though? Is I saved like a Vegas card once and I did kind of the same thing as you.
I have a memory box.
That's cute. Mm-hmm. I should get one of those.
You know what it is though? It's not even a box. My grandpa used to travel a lot and he like gave my mom this it's like one of those older like hand, I don't really know how to like explain it, but like you like clip the sides and then it opens and there's like a mirror inside.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got one of my mom gave me my grandpa's, which is now it was hers from my grandpa, but now it's mine. And I just like put a whole bunch of memory stuff in there.
Cute.
Like my first CDs that I ever got with Kelly Clarkson. I love Kelly Clarkson.
So the memory box is for you then. It's not a gift.
No, it's for me. I made
Love
it
it.
myself.
Love
I
it.
made it into a memory box.
I love it. It's a good idea.
Speaking of memories, I'm going to remember this podcast and think, wow, what a great episode.
What a good time.
Yeah, but Amanda's telling us to stop. So that memory was cut short. Thanks again, Amanda. Yeah, guys, I'm painting out a narrative that like Amanda's like this like horrible tyrant that's like, no.
I'm getting hate comments.
No, you're not.
No, just one.
Okay.
They said she sounds aggressive.
You know what? You look aggressive.
Wait, what is this on?
TikTok.
Did you post something?
Spencer did.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just
I
did it?
did. Sorry, Amanda.
Oh my God, that's so sad. And the hate comment already.
Spencewuah Parliament is just like crazy.
Do you
like,
read your comments?
Do I read them?
Yeah, like in depth. Like the hate comment
Occasionally.
ones.
What?
I have been in my hate comment era recently. I've been getting a lot of them on Instagram.
Sorry, I'll stop. I'll destroy all my burner
it?
accounts. I'll stop commenting mean stuff. I didn't know. I thought it was just no. I don't really. I mean, like, yes and no. Like, if I post a video, like, if I even see like a slight hate comment, I just skip it.
Yeah.
Because like I'll go down a rabbit hole of despair.
That's what happens to me. I'm internalizing them. I read them like so deeply now.
You know
So I'm
what you
trying not
should
to look.
realize, and it took me a while to realize this. If I looked at you right now and I said, your hair looks stupid because it's blue, how would you feel?
I'm getting where this is going. I wouldn't, my hair's not blue.
So
I
you wouldn't give a
care.
shit,
Mhm.
right? So if someone says, you're ugly, okay, like I would care, but that's not true.
True. Some of them are like some comments are like really, what's the word?
Like nitpicky.
You know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah,
Some people
someone
are
told me
like
I should
crazy.
get, someone literally said you should get they said get your eyebrows threaded and get microblading and then get a nose job and get gum reduction. And I was like, oh, wow. So you really want me to end my life. And that's fine.
That was a heavy one.
Yeah, no, it was a lot to like deal with. Oh yeah, guys, sorry. Time to wrap up the episode. It's just so easy to talk to Nikki. We just go off on tangents and it is what it is.
And then we're going to do the post game at WEHO.
Okay, so WeHo?
Are you not in your WeHo era?
No, WeHo's scary.
I love it.
I feel like WeHo's like, oh my God, sorry. WeHo's like feral ground. It's like,
I know,
don't get me
but that's
wrong.
why
It's
I
like
like
you
it.
go to
You don't get like super feral?
in WeHo.
Yeah.
When I go out and I drink and I'm there with friends, I'm there to shake my ass and go home.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, like literally, if you go to WeHo, I can't tell you the amount of times you will go there and be like, oh, someone's gonna hit. No.
Yeah.
Like,
I know that-
like every time you go, the hopes are like, oh, someone's gonna ask me out on a date or this and the third. When was the last time you got asked out on a date?
Are you in your dating era?
Well, yeah, but like more so like let's talk to 20 guys at once and see where it goes.
I love that though. That's kind of smart because you keep your options open.
Yeah, and if one of them doesn't respond, it's like another one has already replied, and I'm like, ugh.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy though.
Yeah, it's rough out there. There's some
It's
weird
hot
options.
out here for a bitch. Sorry.
I love that.
Do you know the song?
No.
Well, it's a song. And wait, before we end this podcast episode, would you like to tell anyone about all of your or any of your upcoming projects, your
Got it.
handles on social media?
So I'm not really doing shit.
Right.
And I can't say my handle's Little Nicky. How embarrassing is that?
Little Nicky?
Somebody came up to me in public the other day and asked, like, oh, like, what's your TikTok name again? And I realized, how stupid is that?
That's not
Little
stupid.
Nicky.
Why is it like, how is that stupid?
Because it's so stupid. And I can't change it to my name because there's already an account with my name, which is mine, but I forgot the password.
Oh, that's really sad. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Oh, well, you guys know my handles, right? If you don't, it's Spencewuah on everything except Snapchat. It's Spencewuah because someone stole my username. As you all know, my podcast episodes drop every week on Thursday, and you can listen to this podcast on all audio streaming platforms. But if you want to see this happening live and in person, go to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel, watch this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't, you hate me, and that's really sad because I really do love all of you, and I feel like there might be a disconnect if you guys don't do that. So, love you guys. Until next time, mwah.